Great noise!
The heavens, this ruling kingdom, which is America, which is Babylon according to the Bible, shall pass away with a great noise. Boom! Bombs is gonna drop. You see all this tension in the Middle East with Iran, Russia, China, and them nukes they got. They're just waiting to push the buttons.
The world, you might not have noticed, is getting more dangerous very fast. So fast that last week showed us that there's now a new axis of evil, a fast-forming alliance between countries that don't believe in democracy, and they're aiming themselves, this alliance, at countries like ours that do. Just last week were 3 very significant meetings that should scare us. The first of them, a meeting between the Russian and Chinese foreign ministers, where both attacked the United States, which Russian President Vladimir Putin then announced in a national broadcast as racist and genocidal. And this is Russia, which murders democracy activists, getting closer to China, a dictatorship which bans democracy completely. And both of them telling the West, your day is done. The second meeting between China, again, and Islamic fascist Iran, promising economic cooperation so Iran can survive the economic sanctions put on the West to stop it building an atomic bomb. Again, the same message. Democracies in the West, like us, we can't tell these dangerous autocracies what to do.
But God is holding them back for you to repent and get your lives right. Because God does not want any of us to perish. But God said 2/3 of us will burn here because we're so comfortable with America. Read.
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
So that waster is going to burn the elements. God said that great noise, boom, is a bomb which is going to melt the elements. Metal, rock, these buildings, everything you see here, God said it is slated to be plagued with fire. Read.
The earth also, and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
So everything America's building and think is going to last, God said he's going to burn it up. Nothing shall be left for this place. Read.
Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversations and godliness?
So knowing about this prophecy, because you see that the prophecy of us going into slavery happened, this is going to happen just like that. America will be destroyed. What side are you going to choose? Life or death? God said, what manner of person ought you to be? Read.
Looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of God.
Because that's what we waiting for. Salvation and redemption from Jesus the Christ, the black Messiah. God said we are hastening for that day. We come out here every Sabbath. We teach online every day. We live this Bible. Because we're trying to bring on our redemption and our salvation and the destruction of our enemies. Read.
Wherein the heavens, being on fire, shall be dissolved.
And this place is going to be on fire and dissolve. Read.
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Read.
Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth.
And that's what we're looking for. New rulership. Do you look at the world today? With these people being in power, now you got GMOs. Why is that? It's a curse that God put on Cain, which fell to Esau. They cannot grow food in this land no more. Now they're talking about depopulation and killing people. One lady stood up at a meeting and said, we got to start eating our children.
So I think your next campaign slogan has to be this. We got to start eating babies. We don't have enough time.
Because the food is running out. The black men don't even know what's going on. America is in a crisis. They're in a famine right now. They're running out of food. That's why they're cloning chickens. It doesn't make sense to clone chickens if you have an abundance. Because they can't grow food, they're making GMOs and fake stuff. And guess who they're trying it on first? We've been eating it. We don't even know. You think that Purdue is real chicken. You think that KFC right there is selling you real chicken. God said he is not. Give me that in Ezekiel. Where it
Ezekiel
says,
chapter 4 verse 13. And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread.
why is it defiled? Because this place is Babylon and it is cursed. Because we are not in rulership, everything is out of course. God said the ground would not grow food. And now you eating defiled bread. Your water defiled. Look at Flint, Michigan. They purposely put lead in the water. Why? Because they're trying to bring down the population number. They're trying to kill us. That's why abortion clinics are mainly in the black community. Why? Because we don't die, we multiply.
Right.
Even though we killed over 19 million babies as of today of abortions, we still outnumber all nations.
Right.
The Bible says we number as the sand of the sea. So go back to where we was at. Peter's, read that.
2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 13.
Read.
Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth,
Read.
wherein dwelleth righteousness.
So that's what we're looking for. A kingdom of righteousness. Because America was established by blood and murder. When they came here on the Indians, did they nicely take this land? Did they take this land justly? Where are the Indians today? You don't even see a man on horseback frequently. Why? Because America is built on blood. They murder everywhere they go. They conquer and colonize and enslave the people.
Right.
But we looking for righteous. So the destruction is going to come by nuclear explosions, fire. If you don't know what's going on right now, you better read a book. The only book you can read about the signs of the time is the Bible. This is the only true book. No lies is told in this book. The only book with prophecies. Read.
Zechariah chapter 14 and verse 12.
So this is what's going to happen when that bomb drop. Read.
And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that fought against Jerusalem.
So when we read in Revelation 18 and 4, it said escape from this place. Separate yourself because of the plagues are coming. This is the plague that God is talking about. Read.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
The Lord said when that bomb dropped, the heat is going to be so intense. It's going to be so hot that your flesh is going to fall off your bones while you are standing. The only power on this earth that can do that is a bomb.
Bring it out.
The splitting of atoms, nuclear explosions. The Lord said the flesh is going to melt away. That's the hell that God is talking about. The burning, that nuclear explosion. God said the flesh is going to melt from your bones. Read.
And their eyes shall consume away in their holes.
And the Bible said it's going to be so hot that your eyes are going to melt in the sockets. This is scary. This is judgment to those that fought against Jerusalem. And America is on God's hit list. Give me Psalms 83. Let's read God's hit list. That your flesh, wait, finish that, because I know it's some more. So your flesh is going to come off your bones. You think it's hot right now. Wait till them bombs drop.
Bring it out.
The eyes in your sockets are going to melt. Read.
And their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
And you think you're going to be able to scream or talk? The Bible said the heat is going to melt your tongue in your mouth. You should be afraid of God's judgment. Don't get caught up in this judgment that God got for your enemies. He don't got that for you. If you are a so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American, you are God's chosen people. You are the Israelites, and you can escape this destruction if you keep his laws. Read.
Verse 13. And it's
Now go where I want. Yep. So let's read about God's hit list. Read.
Psalms chapter 83 and verse 1.
Read.
Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace and be still, O God.
So this is a song from Asaph, singing about the oppression that he's seen, of prophecy. He said, keep not still, O God, be not silent. Read.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
And he said, God, your enemies, people don't even know that God got enemies on this earth. Read.
And they that hate thee have lifted up their head.
He said they make a tumult, meaning an angry gathering. The enemies of God make a tumult. Read it, what did it say? Tumult and what?
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult. And they that hate thee have
they are doing against us. Read.
They have taken crafty counsel.
God said your enemies, his enemies, have taken crafty counsel, meaning think tanks. They think long and hard. They study our Bible. The Bible is the black man's history book.
Right.
It's our kryptonite when we don't do the right thing. God said they take crafty counsel, read,
Against thy people.
against your people. So if God has enemies and he has a chosen people on earth and his enemies on earth, they are going to oppress his children. That's why black people, we still going through.
Right.
Since the time of slavery, we still being oppressed. You don't understand why. It's because you're chosen. It's not because of your black skin, just because you black. That's one of the reasons. They hate that they burn from the sun and we got that nice melanin.
Right.
Black is beautiful.
Right.
It's because who you are God's chosen people, and they hate that. So they have taken crafty counsel on what? Read.
Against thy people.
Read.
And consulted against thy hidden one.
Why are we hidden? Because in slavery, they said, you are not an Israelite no more. Now you're African American. You are not an Israelite no more. Now you are Dominican. Now you are Puerto Rican. Now you are Native American Indian.
Right.
But God calls you the Israelites.
That's right.
So God said they consulted against the hidden ones. You are hidden because of what they did to you in slavery. Now you don't know who you are. Read.
They have said, come and let us cut them off for being a nation.
So all other nations conspired against us and said, let's cut them off from knowing who they are. Let's cut them off from being a nation. You ever wonder why blacks cannot gather together and get out this plight? Why we can't own grocery stores and supply food to ourselves? Why do we work dead-end jobs and we still getting shot down by the police and we can't fight back? Look what happened to Asians. Because they have a powerful nation behind them, did you see what Biden did for them? He immediately wrote legislation so you cannot hurt an Asian. What is it called? No Asian hate bill?
Anti-hate.
The anti-hate, right, the anti-Asian hate bill. Black people don't hate Asians. We eat Chinese food, General Toast, stir-fried rice, which we not supposed to be eating, but they made a bill for them so fast, and they only been oppressed for like, what that was, a day? I don't see, 1 year, I don't see Chinese people getting beat up in my neighborhood.
Right.
But for you, who have been oppressed for over 400 years, they didn't do nothing for you yet. But Biden said, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. What is he gonna do for you? Nothing. Read.
They have said, come and let us cut them off for being a nation.
So they cut us off from being a nation. Read.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
God, so that our enemy didn't want us to know that we are the Israelites. But today, God has woken up men to come out here and teach you that you are the Israelites of the Bible.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.